here. All right, so I have a question for you.
All right, I'm ready.
I know people think this is really controversial. I know the last time I started the podcast was something controversial. I got canceled. But we're going to avoid that this time.
Okay.
So I have a serious controversial question that I just need, closure on.
Oh, all right, I'm ready. I'm a little scared, but I'm ready.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Is a hot dog a sandwich? Think about it.
No, man.
Think about it.
It's a hot dog.
How? How is it not a sandwich? What is the definition of a sandwich?
Look, a sandwich is 2 slices of bread
Mm.
with either. All right, I would say meat, but it doesn't necessarily have to be meat. It can be syrup sandwiches. Kendrick Lamar has syrup sandwiches. It can be the classic grilled cheese sandwich. And if you're a psychopath, it'd be like a BLT, skip the bacon.
Wait, hold on. But is a burger a sandwich?
Yes.
A burger's a sandwich.
Yeah, because you can
Wait.
Okay.
I'm working so
All right, I'm listening.
A burger is a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Grilled cheese is a sandwich.
Yes.
Peanut butter and jelly is a sandwich.
That's right. It's
So,
peanut butter jelly time.
If a burger is open face, is it still a sandwich?
It's a taco. Welcome to the podcast. No, we are all talking about today.
This your boy Martin.
Hey, no, I want you to finish that. I thought it was like perfect. I was like,
no, I know you're good because I was going to say if it's an open face and you're still calling it a sandwich, that means that a hot dog is a sandwich. That's an open face sandwich,
bro. So it's a taco, a sandwich?
A taco isn't bread. The taco show is not bread.
All right, okay. What is technically bread then? Look, this is far from what we're going to be talking about today. But what is technically bread? Bread is flour, right? And now, you got gluten-free bread.
That's not bread.
What do you mean?
That's air. That's it. I don't know what we're talking about.
They got keto bread, bro.
You know what? I don't like keto bread. But you know what I do love? I love the show Love is Blind. And welcome to the Unsolicited Counseling Podcast. That is actually the topic of the day. We're going to be talking about Love is Blind Season 5.
Season 5, bro. It's going fast, bro. They were just like, hey, yo, this writer's strike is still keep going, bro. We're just going to keep pumping out content. Wasn't it like earlier this year, man? Love is Blind Season 4 with, what's his name?
Kwame.
Kwame and Chelsea.
That was earlier this year.
Was that the only successful relationship? Or was that
no, because you had Brent and Tiffany.
Brett and Tiffany.
That man made every guy look bad.
Yeah, so. I kind of blocked it out because I was like, man, he's doing, what is it? Unobtainable standards for men.
No, I mean, he proved that they're attainable, so now women are looking at sideways like, Like, my wife looking at me just like, oh, damn, he painted her. Why can't you do that for me? I'm like, bitch, I can't draw.
Right, exactly. Look, you got a stick figure.
like, I can't do any of that stuff. But yeah, like we said, the episode today, we're going to be talking about Love is Blind Season 5. We're really excited to talk about that because we've done these episodes in the past. We did Love is Blind Season 4 earlier. Season 4 we did?
I think we did. I think the last one we did was Season 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, okay. So we didn't do Season 4 or Season 3. Season 3, like, look, man, that was hot mess. But I think Season 5 is, like, catching up to it based on what we've seen so far. So yeah, we're gonna do episodes 1 through 6? 7. 1 through 7. So we haven't seen the finale, so we might give y'all an update once we see the finale of it. But yeah, we want to talk about it and see what we can pull from it and how we can like use this to apply to us and like our growth and what do's and do nots. Like what we can and cannot do.
And what we see as toxic behavior in some of these relationships. Because I think we need to call out some of the bad behavior and some of the good behavior we've seen. I mean, it's not much good, in my opinion, from what I've seen so far. It's all toxic, very toxic. But we'll get into that later. But before we talk about what we're doing, how you doing, bro?
You know what, bro? I'm doing all right, man. Just went home, went back home, my hometown, hung out with the fam and stuff like that. Seeing my nieces and nephews. It was really nice just to like hang out with them, see them, talk to them, and stuff like that. And so this weekend was like a pretty chill weekend. Nothing much going on, work is fine. We got right now. It's like we actually got work now, so now I'm like excited to like do stuff because for a while it was like really slow. So now like things are picking up, giving me things to do. So not idle hands, just training and stuff. So overall, work's good, life's good. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing fantastic. I recently got some validation at work. which is always good to hear.
That love language, though.
That words of affirmation is my love language. So when I got it in the workplace, I was just like, "So what you doing later?" it was really cool to hear my boss see the work that I'm doing, seeing the value I'm adding, and then give me like kudos for what I'm doing. So it was really nice hearing that. Another side, so this is dumb, but I got something new, and I think when you turn 30, like small things become big life changes. So what I started doing, I bought a water pick. I'm trying to get better about oral hygiene.
Okay.
And I got a water pick because I was like, I got like $70. Let me just try it out. I know it's so much money. It's so much money. I was like, but I don't really want to go to a dentist. And everything I read online is like this simulates basically the cleaning that they do, where they shoot the water really hard and clean out shit. So I was like, let me try it out. It worked really well. Like I felt like my mouth was really clean and fresh. It was fun. I mean, it makes a mess. Like if you don't know what you're doing, you shoot water all over your bathroom.
Were you cheesing while doing it in water? Whatever?
Oh, for sure, for sure. I was smiling hard as shit. It's like sitting on the mirror. My wife was just like, I ain't cleaning that up, and I was like, there. I should clean that up. But no, it's really fun, and I think it's a useful tool, and I try to implement that every day because I haven't been the best in my flossing. I brush my teeth, but I don't floss well.
Mm-hmm.
I just hate the process. 2 teeth probably takes long. This takes like a minute. It just hitting every hole in your mouth, a gap in your mouth. So it's more convenient for me, and I'm not like struggling to get to different parts of my mouth.
Do you got the water pick like with copyright water pick one, or did you get like the?
It's Philips.
Philips, okay.
It's Philips, but it's what's water pick? I don't know what else you call it. A power flosser.
I mean, it's water pick, but then like some company that like they were like, oh, we're gonna be water pick.
Oh, it's like where bandages, a Band-Aid is Band-Aid.
Exactly, and chapstick is chapstick, but we shout out Burt's here. You know what I'm saying?
Where my Burt's at?
I thought you had chapstick today.
I probably got both. I don't know. They're interchangeable. I change them like girls change clothes.
It's always on deck. Always on deck.
But yeah, so that's going well. You know, like I said, life's good. And I think it's time for us to get into what we're drinking because you made this beautiful cocktail that I feel like we should talk about.
Yeah.
What is it?
So I made a spicy margarita. And now, finally, I have the actual bottle to show. So this is the bottle. I got this in Mexico. I'm sure I can find it here in the States. I haven't gotten to it.
Did I say Cognos?
Cognos. Yeah. Don't know what that means. What does it mean? Is it like 400 balls?
No, that's huevos.
Huevos, yeah. Sure, I don't know what's going on.
Cognos is like saying fuck.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
You're lying.
Deadass.
Alright.
400 fuck.
As y'all see, we're going to blur this on YouTube. But I got 400 coños. And I'm scared to ask how you know that. But, yeah, it's I think it's 100% agave, young agave. So it's like in this distilling process is like the earlier set. So it's like a really strong smoky flavor. So this is more like a mezcal. So with that, I made this spicy margarita. I don't know what like you tasted it already. What would you give it? Or do you?
Let me get a real taste. I didn't even taste that.
All right, it is dangerous. I had it earlier. It's really spicy.
I've had spicier. That's really good. Oh man, that's really good. It is spicy.
Yeah, it's spicy because I forgot I left some seeds in there.
See, I like spice in my drinks. It's not something that you get all the time. It's like, and it's definitely an acquired taste if you don't have you never had a spicy drink before. Just dating back, I remember the first time I had a spicy drink. I had a spicy margarita back in Richmond at some point with my ex-girlfriend. Shout out to my ex-girlfriend. I take that back. But this is actually better than the one that I had then. Before it was like a jalapeno margarita. It was like super spicy, and it was like it didn't taste good. The spice level isn't too high for me, or maybe I just haven't acquired the taste now.
Right.
But this is really good. I give this a solid 7.8 out of 10.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna take it. Because I was just freeballing it. Not really. I was looking at the recipe, but I didn't have the right pepper. I used the Thai bird chili, so I was scared to use 2 because I made 3 drinks, only used 1. So I was like, oh god, if I use 2, it's gonna be like fucking fire and people know. So I would give it. I would say it's about an average drink, a little above average. for me, I would definitely make another one similar. Yeah, I give it a 7.5. I definitely give it a 7.5. So with that, we drank our tequila, we feeling ourselves. We had a shot of 400 fucks because
Coño, man, coño.
400 coño, or like what is it, 400 coño. So there we go. Um,
Isn't it like? Oh God, what is it?
what 400?
Is it 400?
Yeah, 400.
Oh, never mind. You're right. I thought it was 40.
40. Don't do this to me because my Spanish teacher will be pissed off. She was like, bro,
She's gonna say you sound like a gringo.
bro, she always gonna say it. Look, she's not gonna say it, other people gonna say it. Anyway, so with that, we're gonna be talking about, now we got this liquor in our system. We're gonna be talking about Love Is Blind, season 5, episodes 1 through 7.
Yeah, and we really rushed through the intro here because there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
And, I figured the best way we're going to go about this is do couple by couple. Let's just start off with I think it's the least interesting couple in the group because you have one person who is just so boring. He doesn't say much. His name is Stevie. I mean, his name is JP. His name is JP, and he actually matched with Taylor.
Yes.
Now, a little background. JP is a firefighter. He really loves America. I don't know if you paid that much attention, but every outfit he had USA on it.
Bro,
did you notice that?
I noticed that, and like the props they gave him like a America like blanket and America like a flag pillow.
Bro,
it was.
I don't think those were props that they gave him. I think those were his.
I mean, look, we said it in my house when we were watching. It was like, yo, this is an example of a good old boy. My man,
he's a proud boy.
He's proud to be an American. I don't know if he's a proud boy, but
everybody, you know what? Go to Reddit, type in JP Love Is Blind. You're gonna see all the proud boy content.
Oh my god,
I made that up, but it feels right.
I mean, if it is, bro, I wouldn't honestly. I believe you.
He probably is a MAGA supporter.
I mean, look, okay.
I don't know. Listen, and I'm not against that. If that's who you rap, that's who you rap. But it was too much American. It felt racist. I have a thing about the American pride. That's just a me thing. But he matched with Taylor. I believe she was a teacher, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Taylor was a teacher. I think she came from, like, she had some backstory. Like, she used to be heavy and then lost weight, I think.
Yeah.
And so she had a lot of body and self-esteem issues. So she was thinking like, oh, if I wanted to do this, people can see who I am because now I love myself because I used to hate myself so much. So yeah, she comes from a background of being an educator and, wanting to find love because she felt like, this was like one of the best places you can do. Like outside of like looking, we talked about body image and body dysmorphia last week. Like outside of the fact that people were looking at her for her, she wanted to be able to see her for who she is inside. Right. So they got together, they matched on. They were talking. Well, she was talking. If y'all haven't seen the show or whatever, if y'all have, y'all already know. Like, but my man, I feel like, bro, I didn't notice because when we were watching, I think they were just going so fast from the first. Because I think it was the fastest Hans thing. Like, because the Hans lasted what? It lasted 3 episodes, right?
Like, yeah, 3 episodes.
But like getting through JP and
Taylor,
I thought they were like, how other past seasons, like Brett and Tiffany and I can't remember the first people on the first season of Love Is Blind. What's their name? The black girl and white girl. I can't remember.
I didn't see season 1. I started on season 2. We talked about this.
Oh yeah, that's right. But like those normally the first couples that see each other, like who they gonna ship, like who the show's gonna be like, this is gonna be our poster child. Right. So I was like, oh, this is Breeze, bro. My man don't talk much, but I didn't realize how much he didn't talk until they went to the honeymoon.
Yeah, I think that in the pods he was a lot more vocal. He felt comfortable speaking. I think that he was just awkward in person because, and it kind of gets into it when we get to that little resort area, but it was easier to talk to her because he didn't see her. Now, I don't think he necessarily felt that she was ugly or unattractive. I think that he had this image in his head of what she looked like when he first saw her. And she had all this makeup on, and he saw her without makeup, he was like, "You're a phony."
You're a phony.
For lack of better words, he was like, "You're a phony. You didn't need that makeup." And you can tell. I was telling my wife when we were watching it. I was like, you can tell when the way he was kissing her. Like, I was like, he ain't into her.
Like it was like pecking,
It was
right?
like pecking, looking, and stepping away. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing
You mean
this?
like when they first met each other?
Both, I mean, both. When they first met each other and at the little resort, like, you could tell that he was not feeling it at all.
I mean,
At least I could tell that.
I mean, I thought.
I don't know, I read body language.
Yeah,
I'm an empath.
you're good. You're
And Mercury's in retrograde.
retro is in Saturday. But yeah, no, like I didn't even notice like the body language part because that's like a good point because when I saw that I was like, bro, like why she on this man back like that?
Mm-hmm.
Like he ain't talking, but you know that's how he was. But I didn't think about because you know there's a week between the first drop and then the second drop. So I was like, oh, this man talking, and also like how they edit. It made him seem like this man is perfectly comfortable talking to a wall. But like you said, when he saw the makeup, I was just like, when he brought that up later, we'll get to that. But yes, like the body language, now I can see it. I can definitely see the body language.
Well, it was the body language, and honestly, I don't think it was really. I think he was looking for a reason to say he wasn't into her. Like, it seems like a dumb thing to be like, oh, why do you wear makeup? It's stupid. Like, I don't think that that's a issue. Like, if it brings her happiness, makes her feel comfortable, you should be accepting and happy for your partner to do that. You shouldn't be like, well, I don't think you need it. Like I think she should take that as like, hey, thank you, but I feel more presentable. It makes me comfortable. Blah, blah, blah. Like, if she voiced those opinions to him and he was still like, no, that's dumb.
Yeah, no, that's true because when I remember talking to like some of my female friends and they were like, you know, makeup is not. It's like they're like makeup is for us to feel. Cause we don't like yeah, it's great if a guy sees us and think we're cute, but we didn't get too serious. Like we make ourselves up because we want to do it, and I think that's what Taylor was trying to say. Is like that's fine that you feel that way. Like great, awesome. Like if your partner doesn't wear makeup and they look beautiful, cool. Like, but it wasn't about. He made it about him, not her.
Right.
Because he was like, "You look beautiful." It was like such a backhanded comment. He was like, "You look beautiful without makeup. Why do you cover that beautiful face?" And that whole time, I was like, "Bro, like you're not even listening." It was like this. It was like as he got pushed in the corner, he stopped. I don't even think he wanted to see her point of view. I think he, like, yeah, it was great. He expressed how he felt, you know, but he wasn't listening to her. He was like, "Oh, you look great without makeup. Why do you wear makeup?" And then they can have a conversation without because that's some inner shit he going on.
Right.
Like, you look perfect the way you are. Why you put now you look at your phone? You lying to me.
He took something that could have been genuine and cute and great to say to a woman, and he turned it into a negative, saying that you don't respect yourself because you wear makeup. That's how it came off the way he presented it, and I think I mean, obviously that was the last straw that camel's back, and it fucked up their relationship. Taylor couldn't recover from it. She slept in a different room. And you can see just watching all the other couples interact, so, like on the beach. You saw everyone else like playing, lifting, playing on the water, doing cute shit. They barely were talking. They were sitting there arguing, not communicating. He was giving like short one-word answers. Like he definitely wasn't invested in the relationship. Meanwhile, she was trying everything to make it work. And I think that a part of that is I think she was so happy to get proposed to that she just kind of took the first thing that she got in the pods. And you know, there's a lot of selective editing, so we don't know what really happened.
Right.
But I think she was like, "Oh, this guy wants me. Yes, we're gonna make this work. He's
Right.
gonna be my person." Because she already acknowledged in the beginning that she had like body image issues, so she probably had like she didn't,
I didn't even think about that.
value herself. She was just like, "Oh, someone loves me. Someone likes me. I'm gonna make this work." And she didn't realize that he wasn't very vocal. She was like, "Oh, someone's talking back to me, and they're still talking to me. Like this might be the person for me."
Right. I mean, even if you like take into account like the fact that she was saying, "Oh, you know, I wanted to show my best self to you when I first met you," right? Like you should like look at that and see like, "Oh, okay, great." Like imagine like you going on a first date or whatever. You looking rough. I mean, you rough, bro. Like you like, bro. Like
Sweatpants
yeah, you wearing sweatpants.
Yeah,
I ain't shaved. My lineup all messed up, and bro, you going there rough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Old girl said, "Boy, I ain't like." She said, "I don't want to talk to you looking rough, like you know, but you look like a bum, right?" So us cleaning up, right, just like JP do, right? And this man had the nerve to be like, when I hugged you, I had to clean all that makeup off my suit.
Hold up.
bro.
But time up though.
That I mean, look.
Listen, I got married. My wife is of the fair skin. And I had all this fucking powder on my face. I was like, this is ruining all the pictures right now. Like, I get it in a certain aspect, but also the other side of it is, like, if it makes her feel comfortable, it's not about you, it's about her. And if you can't accept that, which she clearly could not, they're probably not meant for each other.
Yeah, I mean, like, what? All right, so from that, because I feel like this was like very cut and dry. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do. Maybe they bring him back and be like, "Hey, I'm trying again," because Love is Blind is. They probably end up on an ultimatum. I don't fucking know. But what do you think the best approach? Like, if we can like critique the relationship, right? I think honestly, when Taylor didn't step away, like even like them saying like, okay, let's take a break, go back, like let's because she could have broke it on then and there in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and when she left. Kind of did because she left the stuff.
I mean, he even called her out on it. He was just like, what's the point? You're going to leave after this anyway.
I was like, damn, my man just gave up.
But you also have to keep into the context that it's only been 10 days.
Yeah.
They met in the pod 1 week. They decided they're going to get engaged, and then they hang out with her 3 days at this resort. Like, it's not a ton of time in between those two events. So, like, to fall in and out of love with somebody, like, it makes sense that things don't work out that way.
Yeah.
So, in that aspect, I can see why they fell. They weren't good for each other. I don't think anyone's an asshole here. I just think they both wanted different things. Yeah. So they found that out the hard way.
And I respect the fact that Love is Blind, because just like most reality TV, they want to check, oh, okay, we're going to keep these people together as long as possible for ratings, right? Mm-hmm. I'm glad in this season they were allowing people to step away. When they said, like, yo, this ain't for me, blah, 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 because they're like, hey, yo, we're just investing money. Because you're losing money because you either sent them somewhere or you're like, oh, we almost shipped y'all. Because other couples probably paired during pods, but we don't know. We just get these.
Yeah.
Select. But I am glad that Taylor was able to say, like, stand up and be like, I ain't, like, she wanted love real bad, but she was like, I'm not going to deal with it. So, A plus, like, good for her. Like, good for her to walk away and realize her worth for what she's willing to deal with, right?
Right. I'm glad that she made that decision. And, somebody else who had body image issues was Izzy. I don't know if you remember that, but he was just like, yeah, when I go meet somebody, like, they see my image and they don't think I'm attractive. They just see, like, this big, burly guy. And, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm not everybody's type. And, he's in the pod and he's like mingling. I think he had 3 girls on a roast.
My man said, I got a bald head. That's what he said.
He got a bald
head. He said, I got a bald head. These girls, he's like, bro, my man, I had some trauma. Like, I go to show shade to people that got some trauma from being bald. But my man was like, I was at the bar. And some girl came up, took my hat off, and she was like, ew. First of all, I mean, she shouldn't do that person's face. Actually, she assaulted you.
Listen, he can't be out here in bars hatfishing people. Shout out to Catherine Arcos. She introduced us to the word hatfish, and he was hatfishing girls. So he got to be on the show. He didn't have to wear a hat in the pods. He didn't wear a hat at the reveal when he met Stacey.
Yeah.
But while he was in the pods, he had Lydia to choose from. Lydia, Johnny, and Stacey. And he had the strongest connection with Stacey, who I don't believe Stacey had any other matches, did she?
No, I mean, I can only imagine why she did. We'll get to that later, but I got some things to talk about Stacey.
Oh boy, I'm curious. I thought personally, watching the show, I thought that Stacey is very level-headed. I think that she felt like the most complete person of the people who matched at the end, in my opinion. But go ahead, tell me your opinion on Stacey.
I'm about to choke because this shit is spicy.
Why is it spicy?
Well, it's just like moments like, all right, when they went to after like everything was great during the retreat for Izzy and Stacey and stuff like the honeymoon. When they came back, like she was like, oh okay, she was showing her place. She's like, I worked my ass off, all this stuff, blah blah blah. And then I think it was either at her crib. Yes, it was at her crib. She was like, if it's our house, like, are you gonna be able to? are you gonna be able to, like, we're gonna have the money talk, right?
Mhm.
Which is important.
I think it's very
It
important.
is important. I have yet to experience it. It seems very stressful to me to be like, I'm just like, bro, like, most of the time, I'm like, it should be common sense, right? But, you know, sometimes you gotta have to talk.
It's not common sense, bro.
I know, bro.
Coming from someone who's married, it's never common sense. What you think is common sense isn't common for the other person. Like, some people might go and think, oh, common sense, split everything 50-50. Or common sense is, I'm the man, so I'm paying for everything. You just get utilities.
Right.
Like, everybody has their own form of common sense.
Right.
And, you know, you find very quickly that common isn't common. And you see that she has a different lifestyle than Izzy.
Exactly.
I'll let you talk on that.
And as you said, like, hey, yo, if you have the money, just in case, like, she was like, this is gonna be our house, right? Like, if the AC unit, like, you know, my house, it's like the HVAC or AC unit, like, dies, right? Are you willing to drop? What you said, 20,000?
Yeah, it's like $20,000.
20,000, bro. I put that 20,000 on my down payment, buy another house. Shit, yo, man, motherfucker. Like, first of all, how the fuck this shit, bro? Let's talk about that shit. And also, why you spending $20,000? Anyways, I ain't even going there. But then he was like, yeah, sure. As a responsible, you know, person would say, like, yeah, it's our house. Like, it's our house, it's our space. We're gonna take care of it together as a family.
Right.
And then you hit him with the, but when we go out to eat, like, so what's that thing? She was like, how's that gonna work? He was like, oh, let's do that shit 50-50. And she was like,
common sense, right?
Right, to him it was like common sense. She was like, boy, no, you paying for me. And his face was like,
he said, oh, interesting.
Interesting, yeah. She was like, why is that interesting? He's like, probably because I never experienced that before. He was like, oh, like for the first date. She was like, no, all the time. I was like, hold up. Hold up, from my money or from the pot? Like, is it from the, if you said, like, hey, you pay for the dinner or whatever, give me the illusion. Because it's our money, right? Like,
and that aspect, yeah, she's delusional in a sense. Because I don't agree. I think everything, if you're married, your money is the same. It's connected. Mm-hmm. So whether he's paying, she's paying 50-50, it should, in my opinion, it should be the same pot of money. Yeah, that's how me and my wife set it up. If she wants him to dish out money for the house that they're both living in, she should also be okay with joining finances. That's essentially what you're asking for. Right. As a trust in your partner that they're going to work with each other, you're going to help each other out. Like, if they're just dating and that's the same that she wants to have, like she's allowed to have this. Yeah, exactly. When you're married, your money becomes one regardless.
Yes, but that's our common sense, right? Right. It can be completely different, but even though she could be the breadwinner, and I think I saw this in another show. It was called like Live Your Rich Life, where the woman was the breadwinner. Mm-hmm. The man did not work because he was like, okay, I'm a stay-at-home dad. Like the work I was doing, like I think he was wanting to be like an artist or something like that. Mm-hmm. It didn't pan out, so she was like, you need a job, right? My man was working, either going to be working at McDonald's or he's going to be looking after these kids. So he chose to look after these kids. She resented him because she felt like now she was the head of the house. And she wanted him to be the head of the house, even though he ain't making money. I was like, make it make sense. You making so much money.
But are you telling her she should lower her lifestyle?
No,
or she should lower her expectations?
She got to live
her life.
Yeah, living the reality of it. If he can make more money, right? Like if he get a job, it's not gonna be like you're almost CEO level. He ain't gonna start from like the bottom of the CEO level to take you to exactly where you want to be. So you gotta be realistic about that. Just like with Stacy, like she, like when he met the parent or whatever, dad, like everything seemed fine. Right? They said they did clown on him about the paper plates and stuff, and I was like, see, look, bro, that's why I got paper plates and solar company.
Before I got married.
Exactly.
I had a paper plates and plastic cups of tea. I was just like, I saw my wife look at me. I'm like, listen, that's how I grew up. That's how I was raised. Yeah, that's on paper plates and cups. So he's like, you know what? You don't use a good dish. You use the fucking paper plates.
The paper plates, bro. And that's what Izzy was like. He was like, I just tossed it. It's no dishes, right? And she was like bachelor level.
Right. And she was disgusted by that. But the part that, and like, I was like, okay, that's silly to me. Like, she didn't understand they had different backgrounds. She came from money. Well, her dad worked to where he was. Right. Now he has money. And so now she comes for money. Whereas he is coming from very little.
Right, yeah.
But the part that I can't take Izzy's side on is that drawer he had in his bathroom of women's items. He had like,
he had like lost and found.
Lost and found, like, Whose earrings is this? I don't know. Whose stuff is this? I don't know. Why did you keep it? I just want you to see me for who I am.
Yeah, that was a dumb move, bro.
And I was like, what
Nah.
are we doing, bro? Like, you know that you're trying to marry this woman and you're going to present the worst woman yourself. I just want you to love me for who I am and, like, accept me for who I am. It's just like, so are you the guy who keeps X's stuff?
Look, man.
He's like, no, I was going to throw it out. Why didn't you throw it out? Because I wanted you to see me for who I am. Like, what? You're not presenting your best self. The same way that Taylor was presenting her best self, Izzy was not presenting his best self when she came to visit his apartment.
Look, man, all I hear is those are trophies. Either he's like
they are trophies. He's a fuckboy.
He was like, these are my trophies. I'm keeping it. These are like, you know, fallen soldiers. I'm keeping it just to remember to see. Be like, I still got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still got it. It's not enough to have it in the memory. He has to have the physical object.
It's the memento that he has, and he cherishes that. The same way he cherishes Stacy, he did not cherish Johnny, who I kind of want to talk about a little bit because he made a genuine connection with Johnny in the pods. And Johnny, she was a lawyer. She was
a lawyer too.
She was a lawyer.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she was a lawyer. They bonded because they had similar upbringings. They didn't come from much. They bonded over the fact that she had been married. Izzy was engaged before, so they kind of had that real connection with someone else that didn't pan out. And, you know, they had a lot in common. And she felt like Izzy and her would make a good couple because they know it would be hard in a sense. Like, it would be like, they'd be fighting a lot, but it would be fighting to make each other better. And it wouldn't be like an easy, like, oh, this is comfortable for me because I'm used to this. And that's what she got with Chris, because she was like, oh, I dated Chris before.
Yeah, literally her ex-husband was like Chris.
Yeah, she was like, my ex-husband was like this, cared for me, did all this stuff for me, but it just didn't work out because I got bored. But she told Chris in the pods, hey, I used to date somebody like Izzy, it didn't work out for me, so, like, what game was she playing there?
I don't know, man.
Do you think Chris is stupid for getting with Johnny after the lies?
I don't think he was. So look, man, love is weird. Like
love is blind.
Love is blind, apparently. But like they said that they saw each other at the airport, and like she heard his voice, and
he grabbed her hand.
A
love story.
Yeah, it was like a rom-com. But I felt like when Chris like got out, right? He was like, "I'm done. Like you don't want. Like you're basically like I'm your backup.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't want anybody to broke up with me. Now you're coming back after my man saying no to you." Like, he was like, I ain't doing that. So I don't know what happened between that and the airport. And him be like, okay, whatever.
You know what it was? He saw her.
He was horny.
Like, who cares, man? Who cares? Today. Smash.
And I'm telling you, I think that's exactly what it was.
That's how he's like, I know this voice. I know who that is. I'm going to say, grab her hand and say, Johnny. And she responded, started crying, and
I do think like when they see each other for the first time, like to put the face to the voice, it's something powerful in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that maybe made him want to like reconsider and do it again. I don't know if they're gonna last because I think Johnny has some issues. I do think her and Izzy probably would have been a better fit because they both struggled, but they know the struggle. It's not gonna be fun. It's not gonna be. It was more like. With Izzy and Stacy, and I could be wrong, it seems like a very like fun love. Like we happy, we have fun with each other. Great, like I think you should have fun with your partner, right?
Right.
But with Stacy, she avoids a lot of the tough topics. While Johnny, I do think like she was like, yeah, like she said in the pod, she was like, yeah, we're done. She was like, don't go. Why would you go to Stacy? Like. We went past the fun stuff. We still have fun, but
we're
now
talking about deep shit.
Now we're adults, right? Now we can talk about like deep stuff, right? And I think that's with Izzy. I think he wanted to find. He didn't want that stress.
Mm-hmm.
He said he wanted someone that's emotionally available, that's open, and stuff like that. But really, what he wanted was something that he didn't have to think. He wanted to just be comfortable. He wanted it safe.
He wanted to say, I think he thought he was going to get safe with Stacey.
Yeah, the safe in that pocket ain't safe, bro.
Then he
that bag ain't safe.
different tax brackets. stay in different tax brackets, and I think that changed a lot for him. And also, I think Izzy's a piece of shit personally. I don't know if you saw this last episode,
Yes.
but
Let's
last
talk about this.
episode, he was coming for Johnny's neck. Like, you're past that, bro. Like, you picked Stacy, the moment's gone. She says, hey, I'm with Chris now, it's all good, it's whatever. But he wants to sit there and complain to her about the fact that she made the same comment to him that she made to Chris about the guy she dated.
That's right. That's what we were talking about earlier. You're like, was she out of pocket? I think she was hurt. And she said it. And I think one is not okay with that she said that she flip flopped.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But she was in a hurt situation. She felt like she gave everything. Her people, right? Her people say shit.
Right.
I'm not gonna hold that against her, bro. It's over.
Right.
You're gonna marry this woman. It's the same shit that happened with not I'm gonna say Uche.
He's talking about
Kwame and Chelsea, and I can't remember the other girl name.
I know you're talking about that.
But then when she got out of pocket, Kwame was like, basically said everything but called him by his Lord given name.
Mm-hmm.
His mama calling him. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then he was like, all right, I'm good. But he still kept going back. Anyways, but that was basically it. Like, he felt some type of way because she's happy. And that's fucked up. Because, bro, let her be happy. Be the adult. All I saw was a child right there.
Yeah, I received that he still has feelings for her.
Yes, absolutely.
Because you don't care that much about someone's choice unless you have these feelings for her. And I think it's fair that they're in these pods, they develop feelings for multiple people. But, and I guess when they had this party, it was probably like 2 weeks later. So you still haven't gotten rid of these feelings. But he was still like emotionally invested in her. He was like, I just want you to hurt because I didn't pick you, and you're not allowed to be happy because you should be miserable that we're not together. And you lied to Chris, and I don't know why Chris is with you.
Yeah, he was looking up.
And like, talk to Chris, don't talk to her.
Right.
Figure her, get his perception of it. Don't get hers because she knows she lied. She knows she lied. You know she lied. She admitted she's like, hey, I was in the wrong. I shouldn't have said that.
Growth.
Yeah, she grew from that moment. She's just like, but me and Chris moved past that, and we're in a good spot. And he's like, no, you deserve to be miserable. You're the scum of the earth. You're I almost said porch monkey, but I can't say that.
You can't say that because she's far from porch monkey.
But yeah, you said everything but that, essentially, calling her the worst human being, making her cry, and I just think Izzy's out of pocket.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it was like with Ben's thing, like, I don't know if he's happy. We will see in the next couple, I guess, probably the last couple of episodes coming up. We'll see it in that, but I feel like he wanted her to hurt because he saw her happy and he wanted to break her. And I was like, I don't think he knew he was doing that, but when I was seeing it, I was like, you are a piece of shit. Like, let her be happy. You should be able to say, like, yo, because I think he, like, deep down, like, it does say, just like we were talking about with the drawer, that says everything about him. He looks at it as like, I'm a fuckboy, this is trophies. How I made these connections with this woman. He didn't give a fuck about Lydia, right? Like, because he broke it off with her and it wasn't that hard or whatever.
Right.
But with Johnny, I think it was like, I didn't have that chance. I had that chance because she wanted me to have that chance. And then I was like, nope, I'm going to stay with this. He see her happy with another man. I think he's not threatened by Milton.
Right.
And
he knows that Milton isn't really a threat.
Right. And then she said that, oh, my mom said that Chris is the best dude I've ever been with. He probably took that as a personal attack. So I think with that, that's why he was like, okay, I'm going to tear you down. I'm looking out for Chris. Because you ain't shit.
Because he's a fucking asshole. But speaking of opening drawers and revenge, let's talk about Lydia. Because you brought it up, and now I want to talk about it. Because you're the captain of segues, and I'm just the king of them. So we're going to switch gears here to Lydia. And she, I think that she didn't want Uche and Aaliyah together.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. She was just like, I think she was plotting the whole time.
Oh.
Do you not think that? Because when they were in the
pod,
it's just like, Aaliyah, was telling her, like, oh, Uche said this and hurt me. She was like, you're better than her. You're better than him. Like, he ain't shit, blah, blah,
That's
blah.
Right.
Because she was basically trying to talk her away from him. Like, hey, I'm going to be your best friend. And then once Uche confided in Aaliyah and said, hey, me and Lydia know each other. We used to date. Then she came back and approached Lydia about it. She was just like, yeah, I didn't want to tell you, but yeah, I hope y'all work out. We're going to be best friends. And let me tell you everything about Uche. Yeah, his dick His dick is like that, girl. Oh, by the way, he drives a Tesla. Oh, and his dog loves me. Like he always comes and starts humping me. Like he loves me so much. He's like, I don't want to hear this. Oh, and also Uche, he's a lawyer. He makes money, girl. He make money. He gonna take care of you. Like I'm here too. We gonna hang out. Like she did everything to push Aaliyah away.
Do you because it seemed very weird because seeing that side of Lydia to the point of like at the end of episode 7, that makes me feel like that whole thing was a plot. Like at first I was like, bro, she's weird. Why is she telling her about like this dude that basically like, oh, we best friends? It's like if I was like, we best friends. I was like, hey yo, your girl you with right now, that was my girl. Let me tell you how she like. You know what I'm saying? It'd be weird.
That'd be weird.
It'd be weird. So at first I was like, I think she was weird and crazy. But now that you mention it, it does seem like the plot was like, I'm going to basically keep all these women away from this dude because he ain't shit.
I don't know if it was because he ain't shit. I think initially, she wanted to go back to him because Uche said that they had broken up and got back together 2 times in the past. It was like one time because I think that he was just like, oh, he's just in a better place, and they got back together. And the second time after that, it was like, oh, she needs somebody, and he was there for her. So I think that she still has this emotional attachment to him, where he was just trying to help her out, but he was basically being a fuckboy. In other words, he was just like, yeah, I'm just with her because she needs somebody. She didn't have anybody in her life. And then she found some friends, and I was like, okay, I can exit the situation. So he's using her for emotional support. He's using her for fuck-all. Like, he's using her for everything and basically not respecting her. Granted, he's a fucking scumbag. And in that same time, she's fucking crazy about him. So she's like stalking him. She's going by his house taking pictures and say, I see you. She's going through his drawers. And I don't know what she found in the drawer, but apparently she didn't find Milton. She found some kind of fucking bullshit that he cheated. And right. He's like, you kept telling me you had a feeling or you had an intuition that I cheated, but you didn't tell me that you went through my drawer and found out this.
Why haven't I got trophies, bro? Like, throw it away.
Throw it away.
Get rid of evidence.
If you go and cheat, I don't endorse cheating. But if you go and cheat, get rid of evidence.
Bro, like,
be smart about it.
Yeah, exactly. Why you got her number as Domino's? Like, just call Domino's. just if you go ahead, just remember it.
I also didn't endorse putting anybody's phone number as Domino's. Like, why the fuck Domino's texting you at 2 in the morning?
Hey, you didn't know they got that deal, though. What is the 30-40% off? The $5, you know, it's carry out, $5.99 carry out every week this week until Thursday. And they just, it's just a push notification, baby. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god.
But no, we do not endorse. Do not put any pizza service. Definitely don't put McDonald's on there because wait. Put Solid Mail on there because they be hitting me up all the time. Actually,
go Verizon. I think Verizon is a safer bet because they be hitting me up saying, "Oh, you got to pay your bill," and you know what? I know I'm not endorsing.
No.
Let's talk about the fact that Leah, she's 32, 33. I can't remember how old she is. She's dating Milton, who's like 24.
24. She's 32 and he's 24.
That is a gap.
That is a big gap.
That is a huge gap, and the fact that he's on this show at the age of 24 scares me.
How do they allow that? All right, look.
I don't think I'm on the record. Put me on the record.
You're on the record.
I don't think anybody should get married under the age of 30.
I agree.
I don't think you know what you want at that young of an age, and I think you're just stuck.
I would say the youngest. I would say, I'll probably say 29. That's the youngest I'll go.
I think a woman can be 28. A man can't be younger than 30.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. 110%, bro.
I don't think that a man can really get married until he gets his fuckboy out of the system.
Yes.
And he really figures out what he's doing and like what he wants in life.
Right.
And a woman mature faster than men. And I think that 28 is around that age where they kind of know what they want.
Right.
I could go into like the Andrew Tate side of things.
Oh,
but I don't do that. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, Lydia and Milton, they met out the pause. They coupled up. They were having a great time at the resort. They look like they're thriving, really.
Yeah.
Like, despite the fact that he be throwing strays at her without her being old.
All right, look, I'm telling you, bro. Like they laughing right now. He can put it down. I guess because he's 6'4", 5, 6'5". So she was like, "Oh, the base comes from his legs." He looks like a baby, but I think right now it's like funny games. Like you said, it's only been what I guess now it's like 13, almost 15 days that they've been like together.
Right.
Bro, like she gonna be like that shit getting old, like because you seen his apartment, right? Like whatever. Look, man, we had bachelor pads and stuff like that. My house is still kind of like a bachelor pad.
Yeah, you got a lot more artwork.
Yeah, definitely more than back in the day, bro.
Bro, I didn't have artwork at all. Like, it would just be pictures of naked, not naked women. It'd be like Batman, Harley Quinn, shit like that on the walls.
Yeah, pretty much. That was it.
That was it. Oh, and I had the outline, the skyline of DC.
That's true.
That's it.
That's true. But like and then and I see Milton like how he interacted with his boy and the like him sitting on like he was like I'm sitting on his counter. I was like, bro.
He's like, this is how I eat.
I was like, are you like 12? Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, I've never sat on a counter just to be like chilling. I might do that now.
I did. Because that's when I would be in the kitchen, I would like, have us in the kitchen, we talking to people. I'd just sit on my counter and just start talking. So like I saw that and I was like, that's normal to me. Like, but I don't eat on my counter. He's like, oh, I just sit here and I just bowl and eat. I'm like, I couldn't.
Yeah, what a straight savage, bro. Anyway, but yeah, like you see how his like lifestyle, her lifestyle is completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were talking about like kids, right? Like when you met this man, dude, like how many kids? What do you think about starting, right? Look, man, Lydia, she out there, bro.
She ready.
She ready. He's 24 years old, man.
He's 24.
I couldn't imagine
his job. Like he's like picking up all the shit shifts.
Yeah,
because he's young and he's new in the job, so he's like,
he's hungry.
He's hungry. He's trying to grow.
He don't know his worth yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think he knows his worth, but I don't think that he's where he needs to be in his professional life to sustain a family and have kids and all that stuff. And she's ready for that stage of her life because she's older. She's lived a life. She's lived her life.
She lived a life. She lived till 30. She lived
till 30. She's ready for that stage, and I don't think he's there yet. But I want to give a special shout out to his roommate for like preaching him up and talking him up. Like,
he did.
I wish I had a friend.
All right.
I wish I had a friend who would talk me up the same way that Milton's friend talks to me.
You see all this shit.
I got like no help from any of my friends.
Straight shade.
They just say I'm the worst person ever. They don't say nothing nice about me. They're like, actually, he's an asshole. And I'm like, all right, this is not for anybody around you.
First of all, I always stand up for myself.
Making lists.
I always make lists. If y'all new to the podcast, if y'all don't know me, I always make lists. So every time like I bring a girl, I'm like, hey, just so you know, Martin might be a little bit strong, but overall he's a good dude. He's probably the realest dude out there. And every girl is like, oh man, Martin like shit. Like in the beginning, they're like, hey, Martin shit. Martin asshole. And I was like, give him some time. And then at the end, they're like, he's like the best of all your other friends. Like he real and shit. I was like, yep, every single girlfriend. So I always been like, I was like, give him a chance, even though.
Shout out to Sammy.
Shout out to Sammy because Sammy was the same shit. She was like, he sucked, and I was like,
she still says I suck.
Yeah, because she just mad because you ain't there. That's why.
Yeah, she missed me.
She missed there. But
by the way, you know what? Aside, yo, Sammy, I know you listening. Stop messaging my wife about my podcast. We ain't going. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
But yeah, like with the Milton and Lydia thing, like it's just like it's such an age gap. So we're gonna see how it goes. Right now, they seem strong and bringing up like we already brought up Lydia in the conversation with Uche. Uche, after because we didn't even talk about Aaliyah. So with Uche and Aaliyah.
Mm-hmm.
Aaliyah and Uche had a good the perfect way to end on it. We're gonna talk about this couple and then all the mess between Lydia and Uche. So with Aaliyah and Uche, they had a good bond and we did Aaliyah is so close. I gotta say first. Aaliyah, as they were getting to know each other in the pod, Aaliyah like said, okay, I want to tell you something, I want to be real with you, right? because we're getting close. I'm gonna tell you, I cheated on my man. Right? Look, man, I give people a lot of people pause. Right? We're on the pod. We're our pod. Do not condone cheating. Do not make your side piece Domino's Pizza on the app. Don't do it. Do something that's shitty, like Pizza Hut. But no, so she confided in Uche about it. Told him like, hey, I cheated on my partner, and this is what happened. Blah blah blah. And this man, I never seen someone. I've never seen someone fall down like a Jenga board, bro. Like literally, like she's a Jenga tower. Uche is the player. Like literally, might like taking. I never seen someone just get like ripped apart like that on national television, bro.
Like it was so funny to me because you texted me, you was like, "Bro, this black dude's going in." And I'm like, I hadn't started watching. I was like, I assumed you were talking about Milton because we had some jokes about him. And then I actually watched the show. I was like, oh no, this is random dude. This Uche, he is going in. He is ripping her to pieces. He's giving her therapy. He's therapizing her.
Bro.
Basically telling her she ain't worth what she's doing. Also saying that you're better than this and you should have been better than this. And I was sitting there, I was like, oh my God. Like, that is savagery.
Bro.
To comfort someone's life like that when they try to confide in you and be open and honest with you. Like, she was being vulnerable, telling something that she wasn't necessarily proud of. And she was just like, hey, I just want you to know this is what happened, what ended my last relationship. And he was like, but did you tell him?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, no, I didn't. I didn't think it would help. And he was like, that's not fair. Meanwhile, my boy probably watching this episode and Love Is Blind. He's like, oh, Houston? Oh, Aaliyah's on there?
Right, exactly.
He's like, what? Like, that's a horrible way to find out on national TV.
On national TV.
That's your girl out here slutting.
Throwing it back. Throwing it back.
Stop.
But, I mean, I like how he did it because at first I was like, it hurt me because I was like, my man going after her. Like, he therapizing her, right?
Mm-hmm.
My man lifted her up just to knock her down, bro. I ain't never seen someone come up with the cleanest haymaker since Mike Tyson, bro. Like, he set her up beautifully, bro. He tapped her on the head and said, it's okay. Hit her with the right on the chin. She went night, bro.
Yeah, it was like Joe Rogan. Like,
bro, I was like, so after he like told her, he was like, yo, you should. He was like, oh, why didn't you tell me that? Like, you tell me like who me? I want you to tell me. Like, you waited 3 months. He said 3 months, and then you broke it up with him, and that's how you found out. So you were living that life.
Oh no, he never knew. She never told him.
Oh, she broke up with him.
She broke up with him, and she never told him that she cheated on him.
So man, I get that. And then my man was like, but then if it was me, look, I cheated before, and here it come. I cheated before, but it was only kissing a girl in high school. I would never, and then he proceeded to drag her. Bro. He lifted her up just to drag her ass. Bro.
I immediately told my partner that I kissed someone else because I'm better than that. You are not. You are nothing. You are the scum of the earth. You are the worst type of person. And honestly, I was getting ready to propose to you. But now that I see this is the way that you handle a situation where you're unhappy, I couldn't deal with that. I couldn't be with anyone like you. I don't think you deserve happiness. Like, that's basically how I was talking to her.
And then she left the room, and he was like, hey, yo, by the way, I'm glad you told me. I was like,
I wonder how much that was selective editing, how much that was like, you're saying, hey, say something positive right here.
And he was like, I don't want to.
Yeah. But and then she left. She went and cried. She came back eventually. Did she come back or?
No, she never came because he was going to come back to propose to her the next time. Because he was like, I want to wait because he thought she was
No, that's not what happened because they didn't come back because that's where he told her about Lydia.
That's right.
So he did apologize. He was just like, I tried to come back and apologize, but she didn't hear it. But I wanted to say that I'm sorry for how I received that. Like, you were trying to open up to me and be honest with me, and I took that and I told you down. I didn't mean to do that. I was just really hurt because I just developed these strong feelings for you, whatever he said. And then that's where he opened up about Lydia, and she was like, I need a moment. She walked out and came back, and, she said they were going to be fine, and then she had that one-on-one with Lydia, and that's what changed everything.
That's what changed everything. And I think, like, with that, like, with that in mind, like he called her and he called her up or whatever, like, cause she left the show. He called her up. She was like, "Hey, yo, I was gonna propose to you, blah blah blah, all that stuff."
Oh, I guess we got the part.
Yeah,
Aaliyah left the show.
Aaliyah left the show. She was the first one to leave the show. Like,
Right. She didn't make it out the pod.
Nah.
She actually was the first out the pod.
She was at the pod. She was like, "I'm fucking out." But she left the show. Uche called her, or she called Uche.
The producer called her.
That's right. And my man was not having it, bro. My man was not having it. And then this is what I realized, because I was like, man, at first I was like, yo, this is all mess. Maybe we need to talk, blah, blah, blah. I didn't think they were good for each other because the shit was a little weird. But I was like,
I thought they had the strongest connection.
I thought so too at
until
first. And then I was like, okay, well, my man, like, he got pissed off when he called, and he was like, I don't want to never see her, blah, blah, blah. Flash forward. They meet in real life. This man hit her up. All right, look. Let me tell you.
I'm gonna wear the same shirt.
I ain't never think someone was so fucking toxic, right? At first I was like, yeah, they're gonna try to rebuild, whatever. Nah, he wanted to see her. He wanted to look in the white of her eyes and tell. And look, this is what he said. This is what he said. He said, bitch.
He said that? He said bitch?
Yeah, he said bitch.
Okay.
So this man, he brought her up just to be like, again, I'm telling you, this man is the master hate maker. He set her up again.
No.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Team Uche here. I'm the president of the Uche Club.
All right,
because the part that you're not talking about, you're not articulating, is the fact that he reached out to her. She had him on Instagram. She blocked him, brought him back, blocked his phone number, texted him, blocked his phone number so he couldn't talk back to her, and unblocked him and was like, "Hey, I want to talk now." Like, what the hell is that? Like, she's no saint in this scenario either.
You're right.
Like, my man was like coming around, warming up to the idea of them having a future, and then she shot herself in the foot again. She was like, I'm not ready for this. JK, I am. I don't know what I want, but I do want you. I'm so sorry I did this. I can't handle my emotions. And he sees all this. He's like, this is the inconsistency for me, and I'm out. Like, did he need to come back onto the show, meet her in person, and say this? No, but he wants the clout. He's like, if I'm going to get put through this emotional trauma, I might as well build my brand. He's like Shake.
He's like Shake. He's literally like Shake.
He's like, I gotta build my brand. I'm gonna be the Bartise of this season.
Yeah.
I want everyone to hate me, but at least my brand is getting built.
But you got some followers, because I guarantee you, bro. Like, at that point,
he's the new Andrew Tate.
He is the new Andrew Tate. Because then, perfect segue, because of the fact that when I saw this man walk into the party, it was like seeing Darth Vader in Rogue One. Or if I ain't see Ahsoka, Darth Vader comes in the street. And Darth Vader coming in, I was like, doo, 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 doo. I was like, oh, I grabbed my camera. I was like, oh God. I was like, oh God, here we go. You know some drama about that. So he pulls Lydia. He just goes like, hey, I'm gonna pull you and talk to you, right? Again. Look, man, you Team Uche. You tell me what happened. Because when I saw it, I was like, other than the fact that she was taking pictures and stalking this man.
Other than?
She was doing that. Like, that's what he said.
Listen, Team Uche. Chairman of the Uche Club.
See, look, I listen to women.
Where's that gotten you? Anyway,
that's fair.
So, captain of the Uche Club. So he went to tell Lydia that he didn't feel comfortable about how she was stalking him, and he went through her personal thing. Well, she went through his personal things, and he just wanted to talk to her about that, and also ask the question about why she went through his drawer and found out about him cheating. It's just like, hey, I wasn't okay with that. That's all he wanted to do. That's all he wanted to do. He wanted closure about the situation. He also wanted closure to know if she stalked him onto the show and apply to it so that they can talk in pods and meet up. And she was just like, no, with Milton now, I'm happy, like whatever, blah, blah. And I felt like it should have ended there. It should have been like, okay, the door's closed, we're done here. But he needed validation to hear that, like, the initial reason she wanted to be on the show was for him. I think he needed his ego stroked in that regard.
All right. I'm gonna agree with you. Literally, I'll agree with you on that because it was hella weird that you was like, yo, you like took pictures of my, you took pictures of me outside my house. Like you took a picture outside my house, like I see you, bro. That's like some Jason Voorhees, like Mike Myers shit. Like I get that.
Mm-hmm.
As you said, like maybe look, like you said, I ain't gonna be like Arab people are out of fault, but that was a little creepy. Him, like you said, stroking the ego part, I think that was where it got a bit too far.
Mm-hmm.
And because he wanted that validation. And I think the same thing he wanted that with Lydia, right? What Lydia did was wrong as well, right? But he wanted that. He wanted to feel strong. He wanted to feel power. He wanted to get that power, right? You know,
it's all about building his brand at that point.
Exactly. And I think that was the same thing.
And tearing women down.
Yeah. But
I don't want you to be happy because you stalked me, and you need to pay for that. I need to broadcast that on national television.
Yeah, I need my money from that.
And then she's just like, listen, I made mistakes. I don't need to own up to it. But I'm also, if you try to call me out, I'm going to call you out on your bullshit.
That's true.
You're a cheater, and you wanted to play Aaliyah as this person who's this horrible person for cheating, but you did the same thing to me.
And honestly, she did it. In the beginning, it was like, I ain't going to put you on blast, but you've been doing that. She was doing subtle hints, and I was like, first of all, you mad respect for this man for him just to come out here and call you out. Literally just call you out to say you're stop, right? And then it led to her calling him out being a cheater. But it was like, I ain't gonna say it, but you know. But we ain't gonna talk about the sex thing. We ain't gonna talk about the sex thing though. Okay. And I was like, sex thing? What sex thing? And I was just like, okay. And I thought she was gonna leave it at that, but then she put him on blast because she started getting more angry.
And of course, that's how they decided to end the episode, episode 7 of season 5. And we have to wait till Friday to figure out what the hell happens. So, before we end up in this, who do you think makes it to the end? There's 2 weddings for sure. There's going to be Izzy and Stacey, and you have Milton and Lydia. Who do you think says yes? Do you think any of them make it? Do you think none of them make it? What's your thoughts?
I think it's going to be like Danielle and Nick from last season with Izzy and Stacey. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to say yes, and then Izzy going to be like, bro, I can't afford this lifestyle. I'm out.
He's an insurance agent. All
right. Wait, he worked Geico? Anyway, so...
he works night shifts.
All right. Oh, my God. Anyways, with Milton and Lydia, bro, that's like literally like, what is it called? Like building a house on sand? Like, the foundation is so shaky, bro. Like, I can't imagine Lydia saying yes. I can't imagine, bro, because I feel like the realization that my man...
You can't imagine Lydia saying yes?
Yeah.
I can't imagine Milton proposing. I mean, like,
that's true.
Yes. He proposed, but I can't imagine him saying
I agree. Because he's so young,
He's too young. You have so much life to live. You're going to get so much clout and some pussy from this show. Like,
yeah,
you don't
looking like Steve Urkel.
Right. Looking like... infant Gambino. I feel like you have so much more to grow and to live your life, and I don't think you should not waste your time, but I don't think you should pursue a future with Lydia. So I don't think they're going to make it. I agree with you with Izzy and Stacey. I think they're going to get married. I don't think they're going to last. I think that Stacey is going to be the one that calls it out with Izzy, because I think Izzy still has some growing to do.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about personality, I mean hair, because he bald.
All right.
Anyway.
Hey, okay, and like we're gonna bring a recap episode of the final last episodes for you guys once it drops. So keep a lookout for that. But yeah, bro, like this is a very interesting season. I'm looking forward to talk about. Hopefully, y'all got something out of it. If y'all have anything y'all want to talk about, or have any other comments or observations that y'all want to say, so let us know. Where can they send the information? Not information. Where can they send their comments, their discussion? Where can they put all of that?
Listen, if you want to see your information, you can find us at Unsolicited Counseling Podcast on Facebook. You can find it at Unsolicited Counseling on Instagram and YouTube. You can also find us at UFXpodcast@gmail.com.
And please like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. We love y'all. You know, just want to keep this going and keep the dialogue going. And as always, guys, we love you guys. We're here for you guys. Don't have a drink. One drink at a time.
Empty drink.
One episode at a time. Be easy, y'all.
Latest.